as a chief within your locality because it's assumed you respect and you want the best for your people. You are also a chief and assistant chief in your locality because your people will hold you into account. Please make sure that you become diligent in service delivery. Gender-based violence remains one of the challenges that is generally ignored, and I don't want you to be part of society. Don't be part of the cultural practices of your people in your location or sub-location. And you start saying, oh, it's okay, huyo mtu alikuwa anapika tu bibi yake, hakuna kitu mbaya imefanyika, sijui oh, ilikuwa tu normal, hiyo ni FGM tumefanya tangu tukue whatever, oh, marriage ya watoto under 18, you have normalized, unasema hata mimi nilipata bibi yangu akiwa 14. Yeah, you have to make sure that you enforce the law. Don't be part and parcel of the repugnant cultural practices in your community. You know, I'm saying this because even the other day, there was a report from Maimayu. Is the chief of Maimayu here, or he's not in the training? Yeah, there was a report from Maimayu that oh yeah, there were cases of sexual trafficking in children for sexual purposes, and I went to Parliament. Of course, we did an investigation. The IG, through the DCI, did investigation. It was established that that BBC documentary was fake because the people they interviewed were not under 18, and they, you know, paid people to do the interview and so forth. And we stand by our story. That is true, that they paid people to do the story. However, it does not mean, and I want to insist here, and I say that in Parliament, it does not mean we don't have problems of trafficking in children for sexual purposes. We have that problem. And I acknowledge in Parliament that we have that problem across the country. Not just trafficking for sexual purposes, but we have children and people, young people being trafficked for labor in other parts of the world, including being tortured in places like Libya, because they are taken from parts like Northeastern all the way across the country, promised jobs abroad. Others are being abused sexually locally. Others are being actually defiled by their parents. And I want to say this here, chiefs. Yes, sir. Have you heard me? Yes, sir. We should not resolve any dispute related to defilement using a barasa. If somebody has defiled a young girl, abused sexually a young girl, that is not one of the crimes that is resolved using alternative dispute resolution. That person is supposed to be arrested and taken to a court of law. We must, and I want to insist here, as we fight drugs and alcohol, we must be firm and to fight gender-based violence, defilement, and other sexual offenses in our community. This is something that I hope that we are going to be very serious as administrators. That includes making sure that our children are safe from sexual exploitation of any manner. But that does not allow people who want to profiteer using these stories to get away by organizing skits and fake documentaries to make money and at the expense, and yet even when they make this money, they are not reaching the victims who have suffered as a result of gender-based violence and other sexual offenses. It's unbelievable that the last time chiefs and assistant chiefs attended course of this kind was 2018. We are therefore not only launching training courses, we are marking a new chapter in how we govern and secure our country from the grassroots up. This induction paralegal and security management training is a strategic upgrade of our grassroots administration. The course will empower you with legal knowledge, strategic thinking, and modern security tools. It is no longer enough to simply know your location. As we used to say, you must now understand the law, apply it wisely, and lead decisively. Together, we are building Kenya, where every chief and assistant chief is not only a custodian of tradition, but a guardian of justice a pillar of peace, and a facilitator of government service delivery. When chiefs and assistant chiefs are well trained, communities become stable, crimes are prevented, and development thrives. We count on each of you to take this training seriously. The knowledge and skills you gain here will shape lives, prevent conflict, and maintain our national fabric. This training is not only, let me just say something about this national fabric. Let me emphasize. So, you know, not every time you sit with chiefs and assistant chiefs. You see, we are dealing with a monster called corruption, okay? Yes, sir. But also we are dealing with another one called, there's another one called tribalism. And tribalism is majorly propagated by politicians and politics. But you see, the stability of the nation is an independent public service that is able to serve everybody and able to propagate values that unite the country. Now, if you find a chief in a baraza, he's telling the people of his area, yeah, wale wenye wako serikali saizi, kabila hiyo yenye inaongoza ndio imetumaliza sisi. Chief ndio anasema hivyo, you know, ama kabila ile inataka kuchukua ushukani itakuja kutumaliza. Chief anasema hivyo. You are supposed to be the chief that helps the people to appreciate that it is important to keep this nation as one fabric, one united country. That's why maybe we should start transferring chiefs. Because these other Ngao officers, the ACCs and the DCCs and the RCs, all of them have gone around the country, and they are truly expected to appreciate the importance of having a united country. And I hope that the training here will inculcate these values of unity of our country. It's important for us to focus on national unity. And you have served many governments, and you will serve more other governments. What is important is to work very hard to preserve the fabric of the nation, so that values such as unity of our country are observed. So I request all of us to make sure that we chant and train our people through our barazas about the importance of having